Happy morning, students. Yesterday we discussed 9 Sanskrit proverbs. It's nothing but Nyayavali called Nyaya Sutras. Okay. So today let us discuss another 9. This is the best method to when we are dreaming the aspirational India and when we are speaking about Atmanirbhar. Unless otherwise your life skills are enhanced, we won't be able to reach the destination. So in this igniting skills series, we are focusing on the improvement of your life skills. We are discussing the Sanskrit proverbs called Nyayavali. So let's discuss for the day. First one is Ardha Vaishasa Nyayaha, the maxim of cutting up half an animal. Just understand, if we are cutting an animal, whether that will be alive. A man cuts off the head or the wings and the lower limbs of a hen, leaving the abdomen intact, and with the hope that the hen might lay the eggs that are in her. Is it practically possible? So the maxim is used in cases where an absurd, ridiculous, foolish and unreasonable act is done. See how intelligent were our ancestors, how they were explaining the things. It is better to understand that. Okay. Now next thing is Ante Renda Vivahascheda Daveva Sa Kutona iti Nyayaha. I will just short it. You know that if a widow is to be married at all, why not before she becomes correct? Right? The maxim, arrange the marriage. The maxim is used in those cases where an act is done after the proper time for its performance is past, is not at all appreciable. Next comes Ashoka Vanika Nyayaha, the maxim of grove of Ashoka trees. You all remember Ravana kept Sita in the garden of Ashoka trees when he could have kept her in any other garden, right? So this maxim is used in those cases where a man finds several ways of doing a thing, any one of them being as good as the other, and the preference of any particular one cannot be accounted for. Well, next one is Asmalosta Nyayaha, the maxim of the stone and the cloth of earth. The cloth of earth may be considered to be hard as compared with cotton, but is soft as compared with a stone. So a person may be considered to be very important when compared with his inferior qualities, but sinks into insignificance when compared with his better qualities. So this maxim is used to denote the relative importance of two things. So we need to focus on good things in every individual, setting aside the negative aspect. Let us focus on the positive aspect. And next one is Ashwatari Garbhanyayaha, the maxim of conception of a female mulle. It is said that a female mulle never conceives, or if she is ever made so, she dies. The maxim is used in connection with anything which has no existence. Next is Abhibuk Kaivartha Nyayaha, the maxim of Abhibuk and the boatman. A man named Abhibuk, intending to cross a broad river, boarded a boat in which there were large number of people traveling. Okay. Now the man thought within himself, there are so many persons in the boat that it would be no wonder if I lose myself and be transferred and changed to one of them. In order to avoid such calamity, Abhibuk bounds his foot with a piece of rope to keep mark upon him, and then, feeling easy in his mind, fell fast asleep. The boatman chanced to overhear the man's loud sorry आत्मगत बोलते हैं ना, वो सुनते हैं. And so his activities. So finding the man snoring heavily, he united the rope from the man's feet and fastened to his own. Abhibuk on waking exclaims, "Ha! I'm changed to a boatman." So the maxim is used to show a man's idiocy. ओके सो हमारा संस्कृत सर बोलते थे कि डोंट एक्ट लाइक अभिबुक. सो वी नेवर यूज टू नो. देन ही एक्सप्लेन दिस स्टोरी. सो दोज हु आर लाइक यू नो द कंसेप्ट ऑफ इडियसी इज नथिंग बट अभिबुक का एक्ट. ओके नाउ नेक्स्ट गो टू नेक्स्ट वन दैट इज हियर निर्लव्यनी न्यायः. This is the maxim of the caste of slow of a serpent. The meaning of this maxim is, just as a serpent after it has cast off his slough does no longer regard the same as part of itself, so a man on acquiring vidya or true knowledge regards his self as distinct from his body. This is the highest level of spiritual maturity people look forward. Okay, next comes ahi kundala nyayah, the maxim of coils of a snake. Just as the coils of a poisonous serpent are natural, so are the crooked ways to a wicked man. The maxim is used to denote the natural attitude and impulses of a man. Like when the person is wicked, it is very very difficult to cope up with the thought process. Okay, so identify. Next comes the last one for the day, that is antaka vartakiya nyayah, the maxim of the man clapping his hands and the sparrow. Can you just think about how a sparrow will be sitting on the hands of a person who is clapping? Just imagine. So the maxim is used to denote the impossibility. So the good old days, they were focusing on practical tips of day-to-day life and the strategies, and it was using these proverbs, Sanskrit proverbs, people used to remember and apply in their life. I hope this will be useful to enhance your skill set.